This is a photograph of a beautiful little fossil from the Cretaceous of Brazil. So it's about 110 million years old. It's very special because it's a snake. And it's a special snake because it's a snake with 4 legs. Its head is just here, and here's the few neck vertebrae, and just here is a little forelimb. And then the body comes round here, all the way down here. Just here are the remains of its last meal. And then just behind that, here's its pelvis and 2 tiny little hind legs, all with the little toes. And then here is the tail. Now, one of the things that tells us that this is a snake is that all of the elongation is in the body, and the tail is proportionally small. Now, a snake's a very long animal, but not much of it is tail. Much more of it is the body. So that's a snake attribute. But there are lots of other things that stop this from being a lizard and make it a snake. There are some aspects of the structure of the skull and the jaws. The vertebrae have double articulations, and that's a very important snake attribute. And also, when we look at the impression of the body, the very, very fine-grained sediment that this fossil has been preserved in actually left an impression of the scales. And one of the things that snakes have is a single row of belly scales. And we can see an impression of those belly scales here. Another very, very important snake attribute. And one other final thing is that this fossil is so beautifully preserved that we can actually tell something about its behaviour, and it had snake behaviour. It ate other vertebrate animals, and that's one thing that snakes do. There are no vegetarian snakes. Snakes don't usually eat insects, they eat other vertebrates. And just here we have the remains of its last meal, and it includes tiny little bones of other animals that it was eating, probably salamanders or something like that. So it really is a fantastic, very, very rare and extremely important fossil for evolutionary studies. It tells us something about the origin of snakes.